I don't know what happened there to my stream, but for some reason it was trying to read a different app that was open. Trying to read my slicer and not Blender. So I had to reset. So as I was saying, this is for the Kitgun project for cosplay. It was going to be for this year, but we're doing it for next year instead. Hopefully there will be a TennoCon next summer. Those, I need to get rid of those, or redo those. What I'm looking at here is a way of disassembling this whole project so that it can all be, every piece can be prepped and painted and then reassembled after it's printed. These should probably be made as separate pieces and then plugged in. How do I have them set up? Let's see. Yeah, they're in deep enough, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate one of these, move it over to a different layer. Let's put it over here. We'll work on this. And go to Mesh, or Edit Mode. Deselect, and now I want to select just those pieces there and delete them. And delete all those. And we'll delete all those. That leaves us with one. Go back to object mode. Down here, I've got a few little pieces. That one there. These are basically shapes that I use as dies so that I can carve or round edges a little bit better. Oops. Let's see. So how are we looking now? Stream looks good now. Let's move that down a little bit at a time. That's not it. Okay, so that's got a... Undo that. Because I messed things up a little bit. And redo that. There we go. That's at -57. We'll put this one at -57 as well. There we go. That looks good. So Y, we will bring it down to there. And then the X width we will bring down to see how close we are. A little bit narrower. good. There we go. That could be narrower. And we'll change the Y dimension. Oops, what did I just do? No, it's the Z dimension I need to change. Okay. There we go. How's that look now? There. So that, cylinder 42, and we'll just apply a Boolean function to that. Difference, scroll down to 42. There we go. That looks right. Now we can move that back to parts layer. And this can go back to our working layer. All right. That piece there. We're going to cut that out of that. So that is knobs 2 and the core. And we apply a Boolean difference here. Knobs 2. That looks good. Apply that. And we also want to do the other 2 knobs. That's knobs 1 and knobs. That's the bottom ones. And knobs 1. There we go. Now we'll just apply that and we save. Now I always save as a new number just because I've run into problems in the past where I change my mind and I just want to go back and change and work from a different model. Okay, so we'll move those to the discard pile. And those pieces there have to be printed off multiple times. After it's all printed, they just get stuck into those little holes. Now we do need to make adjustment for allowances, just for fitting. So that we go to here, and Z and X, we take down 1%. And then we apply its scale. And that sets that. I just need to check something here. Yeah, I did the math right. So those I'm going to rename times print 24. That's just a reminder that they need to be printed 24 times. Okay. And then this piece, we will temporarily increase by 2%. Then we take that out of the core. That's cube 10. And we apply a difference to that as well. And I don't like seeing those lines up top there for some reason. And we'll check, see if it can carve better. There, that works. Carving that out looks much better. So that is now a separate piece. And we'll reduce that back down to its proper size. And then this one, we do the same, increase its dimensions by 2% and cut that out of the core. What part was that again? Cylinder 4. Spelled that wrong. Okay. Is that coming out properly? Yes. Then we reduce that back to its proper size. And then next part to come out is that one, cube 22. Increase its size. And then take that out of the core. All this does is make it easier to print each piece, paint them separately, and then assemble them. That was cube 22, I think. Yes. And we take that out and reduce that back to its proper size. Okay. And we'll save this as 6.2. So that looks good there. These pieces will all need to be sanded as well, so I was thinking of making it easier to sand each piece at a later date, but I don't think it's going to be needed because they all disassemble completely. Do need to check that I got that sizing correctly. Yeah. See, right there, where my mouse is what I'm looking at. Those two lines there match up with those two, which means that I did increase its size properly. This one up here is a little harder to tell because it's on a 45-degree angle. And they are supposed to be right tight up, and they will require sanding to get them together. So that's good there. That's just to make sure that that's pressed in really tight. But those pieces need to come out of the core as well. So we'll increase its size by 2%. That's cube 8, and we remove it from the core. That's good. And then we reduce it back to its proper size. And then this other pair here, we increase those, and we take them out of the core. It's a difference function. Is it cube 4? Cube 3. Cube 8. Oh. It's cube 3, not cube 4. Okay. There we go. That's right. And we apply that one. And we go back to those and reduce them to proper size. And we'll just save over this file. Simple save there. And that looks good. So we have one piece, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these 3 pieces here are going to be linked together to make one. So let's just save this as 6.3. And okay. Now that has one issue up there. Yeah. Okay, so this piece here, that one there, I've got to make an adjustment. So we will move it on the y-axis. Make a note of where it is right now. So it's at 46, minus 46. And we're just going to shove it temporarily over here. And take that out of the core. Oops. Yeah, we're going to take it out at its exact size. What piece was that again? 22. No, I'm not going to do that. We're going to increase its size by 2%. Okay. Take that up to there. Now we'll remove it from the core. There. And then that, we just resize it back to where it's supposed to be. And then we put it back at -46. There we go. Now what that means is that these three pieces can now be linked together. And they will just slide in from the outside on the y-axis. Then they can be cemented into place once they're all painted and set. These can also be printed in different colors, if you'd like, so that you get a good base color. I'm planning on printing these three pieces here in silver, and then this one here will be painted in gray, or printed in gray. And those two pieces, those three, oops, not that one. Let's go this way. Those three pieces will be printed in silver as well, and the rest will all be printed in gray. Now what I need to do is take that piece and I'm going to duplicate it, and we'll move it over 1 and increase its y-axis by 1. What that's doing now is just making sure that these two are actually overlapped slightly. Just want to double check its sizing. That looks good. And over here, yep, they are overlapped. So that one there, 22, can now be deleted. This one, we set its size as it is. Take that piece there. That is set for its position. That's the one that we're going to want to make as the center piece. And we'll rename that. That's the interface. Now another Boolean function we'll be using here is a union. So that's cube 24. Union. That looks good. And we apply. That piece can now be deleted. That leaves us with that as now one piece. And we do the same with this piece down here now. Go back to the interface, and that is cylinder 4. Boolean union. And we go down and select cylinder 4. Got some weird lines in there. Let's try carve. Nope. So I'll go with the mesh. Cancel that function. Let's see what's going on here. We'll save this first before we go any further. Okay, we'll try this again. See what happens. Where are those lines coming from? I think they're all just internal. Okay, it's just duplicating some lines internally, that's all. See if we can carve that. Doesn't work, so we go back to mesh and we'll apply. Let's see how it looks as a solid. Let's take that one and we'll move that over here to take a look at that piece. Well, it's got some extra lines, but that's not going to be a problem. Okay. Those I can clean up in the mesh editor. Yeah. And we'll just put that back there. And we'll take cylinder 4 and delete that one. Yeah, those lines there, just, that's going to take some work to clean those up. Let's try this first. Go back into edit mode. Clean up. That cleaned it up some. Okay. Something's wrong there. Huh. I have to clean that up now, manually. Okay, there's a face here that's not supposed to be there. Okay. We're going to look at selecting faces. Huh. That face didn't cut properly. So let's see. Go back to object mode. Okay, so over here I've got the tap. That's why. I had the two pieces too close together. Yep. So what we'll do is we'll just carve this out again. We'll move that up. Okay, I'll just make the threads a little bit sloppier, but that's not going to be a problem. So we're only talking about a millionth of an inch at that point, as long as those two pieces are separated. Okay. There, that's what we need to see, is those lines there diagonally into that face, but that's still leaving some lines there. So we'll move the tap up completely, right out, put it there. Something's not right. .4. Okay. Okay, let's move the tap over. No. Okay, something's not right. Huh. Okay. Okay, something's really not right there. It's not supposed to be doing that. Why is that whole piece disappearing? Okay. Let's try going the other way. Okay, that looks better. Try that. And move this back to there. Huh. Didn't take that whole thing out. Why? Okay. Let's go right back to there. So something is not working. So that means I need to go back up to different versions. 6.3. Okay, let's check this. That was a solid. Okay. 6.2. Still not. This whole day may have been a waste. Let's go back right back to the beginning. Haha, it is. That's not good. So I think that piece there, I'm going to have to remake it. That's not good. Well, that's not fun. Okay. So we'll go back to this model here. 6.0. Oh, before I joined them all. It was 6.3. Or 6.4. No. Yeah, we'll stay with 6.3. And we'll rebuild this piece and retap it properly. So that's just not going to work the way it is. So we'll do that later. And for now, we're going to call that the end of the stream. So you folks have a good day and stay safe.